back in the 90s, Congress enacted a legislation wherein an immigration benefit, meaning a green card, would be granted to investors who would invest a certain amount of money in the United States, and wherein that money would create 10 specific jobs. And in return, that investor and his immediate family, spouse, and kids under 21 would be able to gain an immigration benefit in the form of a conditional green card. This program has been in existence for quite some time. It didn't really have much traction until 2007, when we had our big housing bubble that burst here, and people were finding difficulty to get money from the typical lending institutions in the United States. It's created a big boom since 2007, and we compete with other similar projects or programs worldwide in Europe, Australia, and the United Kingdom that also provide similar benefits than what this program does provide. So historically, and from its inception, the initial investment has always been tiered into two different type of investments. The one is where you directly invest, and you alone are responsible then for creating the 10 jobs. And that investment was set at $1 million. It was not a very popular investment to make for a variety of reasons, and also because of the high risk that was involved with it. And so for the majority of EB-5 investors who were interested in pursuing this avenue, they were more interested in doing something at the regional center stage, which is the $500,000 investment. So for quite some time, the minimum investment was set at $500,000 if you invest in a regional center, and this is or $1 million if you invest by yourself anywhere in the country. The regional center was just a designated area wherein immigration would pre-approve a specific project and program in the United States when they need to meet certain criteria. So if you have a project that meets these criteria, they would be designated as a regional center, and then from there they could then talk to foreign investors to invest into their project, because they would have already provided the facts that their investment would create the jobs that is required, number one, and number two, that their project is also located in what is called a TEA, a targeted employment area. So for the majority of investors, this seemed to be a much easier and much more safer investment to make, because there was not real much involvement on the investor side, and it was really more kind of a turnkey scenario. For the most part, these were historically the most filings that we have received under EB-5 category, and this is also what this seminar is about. Stuart and his team has a variety of projects that has already been pre-approved, and he and his team will talk a little bit later about what those projects are that's been pre-approved by immigration, as far as potential investors who want to invest there and obviously ultimately get permanent residency. So that's a little bit of a background.